Deep inside a mountain, Ignis the ancient dragon slumbered, the air rumbling gently with his slow, deep breaths. Around him lay a vast treasure hoard, glittering in darkness as soft smoke curled from his huge nostrils. All was still, until the faintest ting rang out. A single gold coin rolled down his mountain of riches, glinting in a stray shaft of light. Suddenly, Ignis's eye shot open, magma bright and fierce. Far below the mountain, a boot pressed into the gray ash, leaving a mark. Rows upon rows of soldiers, armored like beetles, advanced in grim silence. They were the Iron Legion, 1,000 strong, moving as one. Their faces were hard with purpose. The earth trembled with each step. Up on a rocky cliff, the soldiers hurried, assembling a mighty scorpion ballista. They pulled iron parts together, winding gears and twisting bolts, the weapon pointed straight up the slopes. This was no ordinary hunt. This, they believed, would be the end of things. Inside his lair, Ignis stirred, feeling an old grinding ache in his bones. He shook centuries of dust from his ruby scales, the sound echoing like mountains groaning. His wings unfurled, huge, leathery, and black as the night sky. With each movement, long-lost echoes came alive. Outside, Commander Kyle, taller than most and clad in spiky iron armor, raised a gauntleted fist. At that signal, the army froze, standing like iron statues in the rising sun. Then, with a roar that cracked the very stones, Ignis emerged atop the mountain peak. He spread his wings wide, casting a giant shadow over the valley, and let out a sky-shattering cry. Stones split, birds burst from trees, and soldiers gripped their spears tighter. Act 2, the trap sprung. Kale watched the dragon, eyes narrowing. Then the order came. Loose! Instantly, the great scorpion ballista fired an iron harpoon, chain trailing behind it. It soared through the clouds and struck Ignis's shining armor with a shriek and shower of sparks. Ignis howled in fury and pain, lashing out with his claws. On a lower cliff, teams of legionnaires worked furiously, cranking a giant winch. The chain tightened, yanking Ignis backward. He dug his claws deep into the rock, but already more weapons were at work. Thwom! Thwom! Weighted nets tipped with iron spikes flew through the air. They whirled and snapped around Ignis's wings, pinning them fast and blinding one eye. Down he fell, heavy as a mountain, crashing onto a lower plateau and making the ground jump. The soldiers charged, hundreds of them, rushing toward the trapped dragon. Their spears jabbed for the gaps between his glimmering red-gold scales. Act 3, Fire and Blood. Even netted and battered, Ignis's courage was fierce. His throat glowed, a glowing glow that grew and grew. A deep, rising whine trembled from his chest. Commander Kyle, seeing the warning, shouted, "Brace! Shields up!" The front lines raised their shields. It didn't matter. Ignis let loose a river of fire. In an instant, steel and shield, armor and ash, all vanished in the searing flood.